preaching safe in his arms. How many of you know the safest place in the whole wide world is in the arms of God Jehovah? No matter what you have to go through, no matter what you have to experience, the safest place in the whole wide world is in the arms of God, because he promised that in his arms there's peace. In his arms there's joy. In his arms there is comfort. In his arms there's peace that will surpass all of your understanding. In his arms there are promises of yea and amen. In his arms, he promised that though Joan is absent from her body, right now she is present with the Lord. In his arms, there's joy, there's happiness. In his arms, there is safety. When we go through what we go through in this world, we don't know if you're going to come out or go in the way you come out. But however, no matter what you have to go through, one thing you know in his arms, that God Jehovah, the one who's the Alpha and the Omega, the one who's the beginning and the end, the one who knew the name that Joan would have before Mama gave her the name, said, in my arms, there's safety. So therefore, we will continue to cry for the absence of her body. We'll continue to miss her love and her cakes and her pies. We'll continue to miss her authority. But one thing we know, that right now, Joan is in a place that I'm trying to get to. Joan don't have to worry about what I'm going through. Joan has arrived, and I say, I salute you, Joan. Go ahead on and take your rest, because there is safety in the arms of God. I wouldn't serve a God that could not give me safety. I wouldn't serve a God that could not understand when my heart was broken. That's why he said in John, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in what? You believe in God. And guess what? He said, I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, there ye may be. He said, I'll come in a twinkling, in a moment of an eye. It was a surprise to us that Joan went the way she went, but it wasn't a surprise to the God who created her. God said, you want an easy journey? I know how to put you to bed on earth and then wake you up in heaven. Nobody but a God can do like that. I know how to take you all over the country and bring you back home in your own bed and give you peaceful sleep. But not only do I give you peaceful sleep, Joan, I'll wake you up in a land of peace. The every day is howdy. The every day is sunshine. Family, it was a rough call. But she's safe. When somebody goes through an accident, the first thing you want to know, are they all right? If somebody goes through surgery, the first thing you want to know when they come out, are they all right? Well, the first thing I wanted to know when Joan made her trip, is she all right? God said, yeah, she's with me. She's safe. Somebody say safe. Safe. Even though my heart may be heavy, but it gives me peace to know that she is safe in his arms, in his arms, in God's arms, that Joan is safe. That's good news. Safe in his arms. I don't know about you, but that's where I want to be, safe in his arms. Give me 3.5 minutes and 40 seconds and I'll be done. Because if I don't stop right now, Joan's going to make me act up in front of her nice looking family. They won't think I've lost my human mind. But when I think of the goodness of Jesus and how good he's been to Joan, how good he's been to all of you, God's been good to you. Anybody know that he's been good to you? I'm going to tell you, he's been good to you. Lord, allow the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart to be acceptable in your sight. For you are my strength and my blessed Redeemer. Use these words of exhortation to bless this family and to give them comfort. In Jesus' name, amen. When Jones, anytime Bishop is in the pulpit with your family, I always say that anything that I do out loud, if I get real loud in worship, don't blame it on him. He edges me on to, and he's contagious. I wanted him to sit in the pulpit, but I wanted him to be quiet. I don't want him to say nothing. Don't say amen. Don't say it. But and sometimes he'll just say, and that messes me up. So, I'm trying to present myself well before your family. Amen. I loved Joan because she loved the Lord. I love Joan because she was a living witness of what a Christian woman is all about. Some people have to read the book, and some people have to read literature. Some people have to go back in history to understand what a Christian woman is all about. But when I met Joan, she was a living epistle of what it's all about. When I listen to her daughters talk about the structure of Joan and even how Joan could get angry if you asked her too many questions and she did not want to give you the answer. When I listen to them talk about the ironing of the clothes and the discipline that she had to not only wash and iron the clothes, wash and iron the clothes, meaning wash, take them out of, in fact, before there was a dryer, take them off the line and use that stuff that was in that blue and white box. Y'all know about that? So that the crisp could be in her daughter's blouses and they could be proper. And then to do their hair. Doing their hair was more than about their hair. It was about precious time. Joan was not just talking about their hair and worried about a hairstyle, but she was worried about what was going on in their head. You can do a whole lot of things creatively, and the daughters can think that you're combing their hair, but you can be stroking wisdom and understanding and patience and love, and you can be praying over them. Thank God for that. Thank God that Joan was a dependable woman, and she depended on the God in her. She had enough faith to know that even you all think that I'm by myself, I am never alone. You can do what I have done in this life. You cannot achieve what I have achieved in this life, and you think that I'm alone. Yes, there have been some separations of this life of physical loved ones from me, but do you think that I am doing all of this alone? How do you think I can raise these daughters by myself? There is no way that I raise them by myself. Thank God for my family. Thank God for my brothers and my sisters. Thank God for my mama who was always there. But I thank God that I had a God in my life, says Joan, who promised me that I will lead you, guide you, direct you, and empower you. And I thank God that Joan offered nurturing even when her girls did not want to hear it. She offered them nurture and wisdom, and we look at the results. Joan didn't just eat her seeds up, she sowed her seeds onto good ground. Some people will eat the seed that they have received. Mama Gator gave some good seed to her children. She planted some good seeds on some good grounds, and she expected some good harvest. That's why I'm not surprised at what we see right now, because you all have had some good seed planted in you, and it was planted on good solid ground. Therefore, God said that you will receive a good harvest. So I'm not surprised that you are where you are in school and where you are going to be in school if you're not in school. Amen, somebody. And not surprised at your accomplishments because you've had good seed. Joan liked to party. She loved to party. She loved to party. That's why I love Joan. Joan didn't have a problem with partying. Amen. Some of y'all got a problem with saying party in church. It's all right to say party. Yeah, you ain't going to get struck because you said party. Some of y'all need to party up in church. Yeah. You need to lift up your hands in church. You need to wave your hand in church. Amen, somebody. And that's what I love about Joan. Joan knew how to step out in the world, but she knew how to step to Jesus when she got up in the sanctuary. Amen. She didn't have no shame. She understood that you don't have to play big wigs and do not play cards. And she knew how to have the perfect gathering to supply everything that you needed in the house for everybody to have a good time. But Joan found herself in worship on Sunday morning thinking about what God had did for her on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Joan found herself back in the house of worship. Amen. Giving God the glory for what he has done. What a powerful witness. Joan was reserved. Yes, she was. Elegant. But what I loved about Joan is she went to another level in her faith and walk with God. She didn't allow somebody else to put on characteristics that was not of God on her. She said, let me see what Mama, because it was amazing to me when I would see Joan and Marion trying to sit on both sides of their mom, Mother Gator, and Mother Gator wanted to be active in church, and Joan and Marion want Mama to be And I was sitting here in the pulpit, I'm like, now how much longer do they think they're going to be able to contain that without Mother Gator going off? Joan on one side got her hand on Mama Gator's leg, and Mary on the other side putting her hand around her back, like, okay, Mother. Mother was like, look, I'm 100 plus years old. God had been, if I want to, let me clap. And I remember at my last anniversary, the joy that I had when I looked back at Mother Gator. There was a young group up here singing, and they were going down. They were singing, rocking back and forth, and there were some of the old saints in the house like, oh my God, what is in the house? I turned around to see what Mother Gator was doing to see if she was okay with what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And Mother Gay was standing up. She had gotten her balance, and she was going back and forth like this. Joan and Patricia had no choice but to get up before Mama embarrassed them. If God has been good to anybody else in this room other than Joan and Mother Gator, you ought to be putting your hands together and giving God some high praise for what God has done. Come on, don't panic, give him a high praise. Don't be scared of him, give him a high praise. Because what Joan has taught us, there's a lesson and there's a blessing in every experience that we go through. There's a lesson and a blessing about everything. God said that all things will work together for the good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. So I thought, God, what is the purpose of Joan going the way she did? You could have prepared us. You could have allowed her to go through some sickness so that we would have some time to adjust to her transition. God